Okay, so part two. So this is it actually takes me about a month usually to develop a about a half-hour video, with all the different bits and pieces, getting the resources and references and that. And when I put the ad out for this meeting tonight, um, I amazingly got 87 people that were interested, which is just a new thing for me. And I suddenly thought, well, I actually haven't prepared anything. So in 2 weeks, I prepared this information. So it's probably all over the place, and I do apologise for that. But if you go through bit by bit, I'm sure you'll get a lot out of it. And this part here comes from the first in the yin stem. When we look at the yin stem in the study portal, this is contained in that as well. So I've just cheated for this and copied it across. So we're basically just going to look at symbology of what are the 12 branches. So the 12 branches are 1 to 12. Yeah, Zi Chou and excuse my pronunciation, Zi Chou Yin Mao Chen Si Wu Wei Shen Yu Shu Hai. They've got their elemental associations here. They connect to the time periods of the day, 12 2-hour time periods, which we are probably all very familiar with. And again, with time periods, if you're born in 11 to 1 a.m., then it's quite obvious that 11 to 1 p.m. energy is not present, or it's in a deficient state. So we utilize quite a bit this idea of opposites within the stems and branches, or I do. And that's what I've learned from Johan so far. So hopefully it's correct. So they connect to all the meridians. They connect to a month. And here you've got over here for the Southern Hemisphere, the monthly dates. They do change slightly every year. Um, and I do believe there's a fellow called Yolanda, or maybe a lady, I'm not sure, that does a calendar, and I can find that out for you if you want a calendar. I have no idea of the cost of them, but I'm told they're very useful. And here's the ones for the Northern Hemisphere. Obviously connect to the 5 seasons, the 8 directions, the the trigrams. Now there's different ways of looking at trigram associations. Um, this one's utilizing King Wen sequence. If you're aware of this bagua, if you're not too aware of you've seen this, but you've not really looked at it properly. Sometimes you'll see a picture and it's got 3 yang lines at the top, 3 yin lines at the bottom. That's the Fuxi sequence. So one's Fuxi's pre-heaven, this one's post-heaven. So here we're just utilizing the water trigram for winter. And then it moves into Gun Mountain. So we have Gun Mountain here for liver and lung branches. Then we have Jun Thunder coming here. So we got Jun Thunder for the male branch. Goes to wind, fire, earth, and lake. Oh, lake and heaven. So that's the sequence that's moving through here. They're quite interesting trigrams in sometimes because you can lay them to different aspects of the body, or in Feng Shui, it's different aspects of the house. So that the trigram water, for example, represents the back of the body, whereas the trigram Gun Mountain's the left backside of the body. So if you ever get into doing the Ching readings with people, whether they cast their own hexagram or you do it for them, that sometimes can get very surprising hexagrams come up that point directly to a person's pathology. And of course, we can use that with acupuncture as well. They connect to the 12 tidal hexagrams, which is basically just describing the movement of Yang Qi from its beginnings to its fulminant, to its hiding, you could say, or its going inside. They connect to the Lu Qi, and there's the Lu Qi, the six Qi or the six conformations. Again, repeating. So Zergal Bada is dominating influence Yin, same as the heart. Yeah, so 1 and 7 connect. Same here, 2 and 8 connect. So there's always a balancing that's occurring. And then we got the second Lucci. So like I said, the first one is governs the whole year. The second one governs the latter part of the year. And we'll look at in detail about how that influences symptoms for 2025 shortly. And then we have an animal. So there's much more that can be said about the branches and their characteristics. But from an acupuncture perspective, these symbols, how they combine and work together, um, is one aspect of utilizing branches. Any questions on that one? Good. Yeah, that one's fairly simple. So, all right, we'll move on. That's just going well. Then we might get through them.